I'm serious. Doesn't anyone want to do this job anymore? I guess we know the answer to that, but.
Are you gonna be sitting there?
I'll stand up when it's
All
showtime.
right, I'll move you so I can see you.
And then I got your angle.
I switched it.
Okay, perfect, sorry. Jackson's into.
Y'all can't see me, right?
No.
I'm not.
You do good, he sent you a good text. I'll post it to you right now, it's coming.
I'll just
That's
call
fine.
her out.
Okay, sounds good, thanks.
Yeah, okay, well, I just sent it to you. Okay, yes. Okay, I don't see you in that number two, what about that? I love that, yeah, that's great. Yeah, I love you, bye. Yeah.
He called me like, he was up for a session, and we were talking about it, and all right, so go back to I said, just call me, text me, and I'll call you. And I can nephew in town from California, who's 19, so he's been entertaining her all weekend. I was trying to go to bed early, but we're up chatting and stuff. And then finally, I do go to bed Sunday night. But then we decided, like, well, he's in here till one night. Why don't we fire up the grill and have him back over? And so, like, I'm just.
Welcome back, buddy. What are you doing late? The guy was.
What's up, John?
I was coming from Newark. You were coming from what? Newark. Oh.
We were just there for the conference here. What's going on, John?
Just as I said that.
How you doing? Sorry, I didn't mean to get your shot.
Well, you're good.
I'm sure we're all pretty tired.
Come on in, we haven't started anything.
So we made a maze and an obstacle course for you.
That's what we gotta go and get your. You're so welcome to say. There may be somebody.
Maybe someone's in here.
I'm disconnected right at the moment. Thank you.
Welcome. Anyone, everyone good on mic checks and stuff? Sandy?
I'm going to.
I mean, maybe the guys just set up, maybe. Oh,
Yeah.
John, my shots are live, are you live as well?
Is this your backpack?
The plan was to have the option of,
similar ones.
I can't make a call.
And then she got me
Currently, so.
I'll just text them.
Or 29, 29. 9:29. Oh, what time do you have?
It's like a clear down, but it is.
Get back here. I just keep going back and forth. Number 28,
What?
528.
Fox 28.
Oh, 5:28, yeah, sorry, I thought it said class of 28, I was like, huh?
No, you guys get to the money through, I love that show.
Oh, thanks, yeah, the morning show, we have a good morning team.
You know, let's put a junior class in the morning. I'm out of here. I'm only prepping you. I was gonna need one out of that. That's about some tent. On tent. He didn't caught me going right there, that's on my phone, I was gonna work.
No, I was there, that's all right.
Then I'm just in here somewhere.
What type size is that?
What's that?
What type size is that?
Oh. Big? Yeah, I don't have glasses, fucker.
I usually like young. When I went to go get my yearly checkup, it's like, it's just a slight pain, you know, that is, your prescription doesn't need anything else.
I'm like Fred Sanford, man, I'm old. My wife has the drawer glasses. You remember that?
I've watched a couple of Sanfords and such. I'm nearsighted, so I can't, you know, it's like when they don't wear these, when they wear the glasses, it's you see the students go shining. When they don't, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you know, you can adjust your eyepiece. I wish I could tell you what my eyes are, but when I had this eye surgery, I'm all fucked up. And then the natural degeneration of it, you get born. Right, that's right. But the corrections on things are smaller these days. Well, we should get directions. Right. Usually you have to.
Apologize for being 3 minutes late. Usually on time.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Morning. So, you guys want?
We have breaking news this morning. Out of Morrow County, investigators say a sheriff's deputy is dead after being shot and killed in the line of duty.
We've had crews at the scene throughout the night and the morning. We take you live to a press conference right now at Morrow County Sheriff's Office. Let's listen.
2025 while responding to a domestic situation. Daniel was 31 years old and joined the Morrow County Sheriff's Office on May 16, 2021. He's survived by his parents and numerous loved ones. Sheriff's Office is grateful for the outpouring of support from our community and fellow law enforcement officers across the state and the country. Our county is a closely tied community which has always supported its law enforcement agencies, and that backing is evident during this time. The many expressions of thoughts and prayers for the Shearer family and our office are greatly appreciated. Funeral arrangements will be announced once finalized. So.
Sheriff, first, would you please spell your deputy's last name for us, please?
It is S-H-E-R-R-E-R.
And tell us what you can tell us about the circumstances of what happened. Was this an ambush? Was there an exchange verbally between the suspect and your deputy?
So I'm going to defer to Delaware County for all that. They're investigating the situation. So, and I believe Tracy Whited is who you could go through. She'll be able to arrange that for you.
Was he alone? Were there other deputies on scene? Do you know?
Well, I mean, once again, I mean, it's still under investigation, and you know, I've asked them to look into it for us. So I'll defer to them for any questions that have to do with that.
Can you tell us about the deputy and his impact that he's left on the sheriff's department?
You know, I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'll call him a kid. You know, I mean, he wasn't. He was 31 years old. He was a grown man. Always had a smile on his face. Never in a bad mood. He came to work every day. He loved this community. He loved the job. And it's unfortunate that we're here today to talk about this.
What are the next steps here at the Sheriff's Office? How do you guys, put on your hats and go out to work today?
It's just what we have to do. You know, it's what he would want us to do, I think.
Sheriff, any particular history with this suspect, and is it protocol to have maybe 2 officers or 2 deputies go to a domestic violence call?
I don't know of any current call history. I didn't look into that. You know, any time there's a domestic situation, you know, I mean, policy would call for at least 2, you know, and we did have 3 working yesterday, so, which is normal for a holiday, so.
When we're talking about domestic violence, we've seen an increase in Franklin County specifically, really around central Ohio. Is that something that you guys are seeing an issue with here as well?
You know, it's it's always one of our biggest call volumes is a domestic situation. So, I mean, whether it was an increase or not, I'm not sure. I'd have to look at current statistics and past statistics to be able to tell you for sure, but it's one of the more common calls here in the county.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your deputy? Was this his first job? Where did he come from?
Yeah, I mean, it was his first law enforcement job. So, like I said, we hired him in 2021, and he was a godsend for this sheriff's office, this community, in this county.
Here?
Pardon?
He grew up around here?
No, he did not.
I can imagine it's been an extremely hard night for you and everybody who's a part of the sheriff's office. Can you describe just kind of how everybody is feeling right now following this?
I mean, it's somber, but everybody came in last night, even the day shift units, and they came back today, and it's going to continue to happen. That's what we do.
Sheriff, what is the status of the suspect, and have you spoken to him or any other witnesses that may have been there?
I don't know. You will never hear his name come from my lips. So if you want the name, you will have to get it some other way. I'm not giving it to you. So why would I? Why am I going to even mention his name? I'm not going to do it. So doesn't deserve it.
You said the deputy survived by his parents. Have you had a chance to talk to his parents at all today? And if so, do you have any message from them?
I did talk to him yesterday. I haven't got to speak to him today yet. That is on my list of things to do as well.
So will there be a procession of any type that you know of, or those plans come into place at all? And how will the sheriff's office continue to honor him?
So we're, like I said, once we get the funeral arrangements made, we'll know all that for sure. We'll speak with the family on all that and see what they would like.
Sheriff, is it protocol that when a law enforcement officer passes, that there's a detail with the body from the time it leaves the scene until they're buried?
As in, you mean 24 hours a day?
Yeah, somebody being present with that former law enforcement officer.
Honestly, this is the first in Morrow County history, so I can't give you that exact answer. I know a group got together here from the sheriff's office and the local highway patrol post. They escorted the body down last night, and when Deputy Shear comes home, we'll bring him back as well, and then from there I'll get the rest of it figured out.
Does he have family?
Pardon?
Does he have family?
Yeah, I mean, he survived by his mom and dad, so.
Sheriff, we were looking into other cases like this in Morrow County. I think 1940 was the last time there was a moment where there was someone that passed in the line of duty. So obviously not something that you've gone through through your time here. How do you imagine the other deputies will rally around one another and support one another through the next several weeks, months?
It's a family here. I mean, we'll pick each other up. We'll support each other. That's what we do. And they all know I'm a phone call away. I pick up when they call, and vice versa. If I call them, they'll pick up. So we'll lean on each other. We'll get through it. We'll persevere.
Was there any kind of body camera footage? Like, will this be used as a training moment, or looking back on this about how things could have gone differently?
There is body camera footage. I haven't viewed it yet, so I don't know exactly. So, but.
Sheriff, what is your understanding of the altercation? Was he immediately met with gunfire, or was there any verbal exchange, or can you describe it?
Yeah, like I said, I haven't watched the video yet, so I'm not entirely for sure, what the whole situation was. So just from speaking with other people that was there, it was a domestic situation.
And I'm sorry, I know you've said what's next, but could you just timeline that out for us? What are you waiting for next, and what will happen next?
So what we're going to wait on now is the funeral arrangements, where they were made. Then I'll announce those. That'll be honestly probably about the last thing you hear from me for right now, because everything else will more than likely be deferred to Delaware County, since I asked them to investigate this. So,
Sheriff, hopefully something like this doesn't happen in the future or continue to happen. What would you say to anyone who may be in the same perspective as the suspect to possibly do something like this?
you repeat the question again, please?
What would you say to someone like the suspect for doing this?
You know, I'm not even gonna answer that one. You know, I mean, it's just better to leave it alone.
Sheriff, while we were waiting outside, a couple that owns a local bakery here came and brought coffee and bagels for you and your team. Can you share a little bit more about the support that you expect to see and you have already seen from this community here in Morrow County?
Yeah, you know, it's the county. You know, they've always rallied around the sheriff's office. You know, and the 2 PDs and the highway patrol as well. You know, so I'm not surprised that one of the local bakeries did bring something. You know, and we do appreciate it. I probably know which one it is, but I'm not going to name it in case I'm wrong. So, you know, but I just want to let them know we do appreciate that, you know, that they brought that in.
Sheriff, how many years have you been sheriff now?
9 years.
Sheriff, what was your favorite thing about Danny? Your favorite thing?
You know, just his glowing personality. Like I said, you know, the guy was never in a bad mood. You know, always had a smile on his face. He would, you know, go out of his way to see how your day was and, you know, crack a joke. And, yeah, he was just a great guy. He will be missed.
How many deputies do you have in this department?
I believe we have approximately 22.
And how big is the department overall with civilians?
Counting everyone that works here, we're at 72 or 75, I believe, roughly, somewhere around there. Yeah, I mean, give or take, it fluctuates all the time, you know, so. But I think when we're at full staff, it's right around 75.
And you guys sign up to protect and serve. This is a possibility doing this job, but are you offering any kind of mental health services, or how do you protect your guys' mental health during this moment?
So there was crisis response teams that came out last night, you know, and we'll continue to, you know, to have them available, you know, anytime they need something, you know. There's plenty of teams that will come. They'll show up, you know, and you know, we'll continue to check on each other, and if they do need something, you know, we'll make sure we reach out to those resources.
Sheriff, I think Kira may have asked a question related to domestic violence response and how common that is. Is there any specific type of training that you put your deputies through or deputies go through before they start here at the office that is specific to responding to DV-related cases?
You know, I mean, you have your academy training, and you have your continuing education that, you know, we're required to do, which is domestic violence, and then you know, you have the policy that you follow, and then, you know, any other training they can take online that they take, and then you know, there's training they'll sign up for that we approve that they can go to, and then as well, there's some training that we will send them to. So. But yeah, I mean, anything that's out there, I mean, there's no, yeah, they're you know, they do receive training. So, but I appreciate everyone coming out. So, like I said, you know, anything that has to do with the case, would you please reach out to Delaware County? Like I said, they're the ones investigating it. So. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Sheriff.
All right, and that was a live press conference. We were hearing from Sheriff John Hinton there in Morrow County about this shooting and that investigation that continues. Here's what we can tell you. The deceased, identified as 31-year-old Daniel Schurrer, the suspected shooter, is still in the hospital in serious condition, and the sheriff there said he refused to give the name of the shooter because he doesn't deserve it. Those are his words. The shooting happened last night near County Road 26 and 15 in Marengo. Deputy Schurrer was called there for a domestic violence call, as we reported this morning. No word yet on exactly how this escalated, though.
And during the press conference, the sheriff there, John Hinton, he described Schurrer as a godsend for the community. Now the incident is under investigation by the Delaware County Sheriff's Office with assistance from Ohio BCI. Now, Sher joined the sheriff's office in May 16th of 2021, and really, Sheriff Hinton there was at a loss for words. He described Daniel as always having a smile on his face, like I said, being a godsend and loving his community and just being overall positive.
He said he never in a bad mood and loved coming to work. So a lot of trying to keep it positive there, albeit emotions running high amid everything they're dealing with. So certainly thinking about all those guys today.
Absolutely. And then the sheriff went on to say that domestic violence calls are very common in their county, but they've never had a situation like this unfold. So we'll continue to follow this story throughout the day. Thank you for being here with us, and join us next coming up on 10 TV News at noon.